Have you ever looked at your eyeshadow palette collection and thought, wow, there are some shades that I've never touched? That's exactly why I have started No Pen Left Behind. Hi, welcome to the Art Lab, a place where we experiment, explore, and enjoy what we already have. And today I want to chat with you about the palettes I've been working on and the looks I have created. Some of them were definitely very me, while the others were a little bit out of my comfort zone. I started the project with the following eyeshadow palettes: Essence Taupe, Huda Beauty Amethyst Obsessions, and McGrath Ecstasy Sublime. Why I have 3 palettes, I give more details into this video. So, my goal is to use every shade at least once and create looks with these palettes only. And immediately after I set this rule, I faced a challenge because neither of this palette has a crease shade for me. And instead of resorting to my Project Pan palette, I decided to use the old trick. So I loaded my brush with a little bit of brown pencil, then put that pigment into my crease, blend it because it blends easily, and then set that with a translucent powder. It works beautifully for me, and eventually I came up with the following looks. This was the first look and it was love at first sight. I was going for a mix of gold and silver, something that I think I've never reached for, and it turned out to be so elegant. On the inner part of my lid, I used Saturday Night from Essence Taupe, then blended it into Gold Nectar from McGrath and finished everything off with Extrovert on the outer corner. And I also repeated the shade on my lower lash line to tie the whole look together. To add a little bit of extra sparkle, I used Annabelle Chrome Kohl in Silver Rush in my waterline. And I think the combination of warm gold next to cool silver somehow made them both pop out without overpowering each other. And if you want to repeat any look from this video, let it be this one, because it was for me such an unexpected hit. I think that combination of warm tones and cool tones sometimes can create something very special. The second look was a little bit of struggle for me. It is made completely with the shades from my Huda Amethyst Obsessions palette. So in the crease, I have these 2 pinkish shades, and doesn't matter how much I try to blend it, it still looks very muddy. On the outer corner, I have these 3 shades, and I doubt you can see any of them. And over the lid, I have this shade, which is still okay. The mattes are practically not giving any pigment, so with a bitter heart I decided to declutter the mattes from this palette because I have similar shades in my collection. They work easier, they work better, and I get much more joy out of using them. The shimmers I think will still serve me well. Now welcome one of my staple looks. This eye makeup is something I can wear on repeat without ever getting bored. Every time I open my McGrath Sublime palette, this eye look happens automatically. I used Danessa Marik's Color Fix in the shade Exposed as a base, and then I packed Corruption all over the lid. This is one of my favorite neutral spicy shades, and it is not a common shimmery brown shade. It has a very nice rosy to bronze shift with a kind of interesting brownish green base. For eyeliner, I smudged Illicit along the lash line to add a little bit of smokiness. So the whole look is neutral, but not so neutral. It is effortless, but it gives a kind of special vibe. And I loved being reminded of why I used to wear this eye look all the time. This is my second favorite look. I combined soft pink and gray. It's my favorite color combination, but surprisingly, I don't wear it a lot. I have a pink shade all over my lid from Huda Amethyst Obsessions, and then I blended with Groove and Saturday Night into my crease from Essence Taupe. And I also use Saturday Night and Parties Jumping to create a kind of inverted eyeliner. Also, I blended it out pretty low, something that I never do, and I think it turned out to be very soft, very smoky, yet quite playful. Also, to clean up the shape and brighten the underbrow area, I used Feel So Good from Taupe It Up. It is almost exact as my skin tone, and Sing Along for Inner Corner. Those two shades are quite underrated and they look very boring in the palette, but those are the shades that can make the whole difference for your eye look. Also, I paired this eye look with slightly warmer lips because I wanted to tone down the overall coldness that I had on my eyes and on my cheeks. And I think that this combination looks a little bit daring, but quite wearable. What do you think? This look gives me Pink Power Ranger vibes. I went full metallic here. I think I have Hands High Up all over my lid from Essence Taupe It Up, this shade as my outer corner from Huda Amethyst Obsession, and also Extrovert there. The blend is very good. There is no texture on my lids at all, but I'm not sure how I'm feeling about that look. I love the color combination on one side. Pink and silver, it's something I really enjoy wearing, but it is so metallic. I think if I could break it up a little bit with mattes, it would look much better. What do you think? And this one is the last look. I have Sinful all over my lid. I have this shade as my eyeliner, and I use a trick with brush and pencil into my crease. I love how it turned out all together. I think it's very spring appropriate, but as for me, it's a little bit too metallic. The thing that I would have done differently is maybe instead of this metallic kind of pinkish eyeliner, I would use something less subtle, like just matte brown, and maybe also a slightly warmer lip. I think it will look much better altogether. I was so excited to create all those makeup looks. Let me know which one was your favorite one. So without further ado, let's spin a wheel and figure out which one will be our next palette. I hope once again it will be Muse from Cosmic Beauty. Let's see. Have you seen? I think the makeup gods have heard me and I got the palette that I wished for. So excited! That palette is so effortless for me. I can so easily come up with looks and it has a lot of greens. What else can you wish for in this cold winter days? Thank you so much for spending your time with me. I hope you enjoyed the looks that I have created for you. I'll see you next time. Bye!